Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. Welcome to my YouTube video. It's the home of the 5-minute or less video. I'm a national expert in IRS resolution matters. I've worked at IRS for a decade. I've been in private practice for 4 decades. Next August I will have done this for actually 50 years. Yeah, 50 years. Anyway, I have a whole team of former IRS agents, and I do these YouTubes for 3 reasons: to educate you, to inform you what an insider from IRS thinks about certain subjects, and really number 3, and the most important, is for you not to get ripped off. When I looked at these videos about a couple years ago, I realized there's a lot of people out there that don't know what they're doing. They haven't worked at IRS, and there are people reading scripts that are put together by other people to get in your back pocket. They want to analyze what your financial statement is so they can bill you, and then when the case comes in, the person who's working the case just has a few notes the salesman put in, and really at the end of the day, this case, you have more of a tendency really to go ahead and be ripped off. So you don't want that to happen. So generally, I'm just making a general statement. Usually former IRS agents really know the system, know the methodologies, and we have everyone on our staff, former agents, tax attorneys, CPAs. We have the whole gamut. But really, to be truthful, most former IRS agents are really head and heels over everyone, because we've been in the system, we've worked the system, we know all the criteria, we know the methodologies, and we know how these cases, in fact, are going to go ahead and sit in the agent working the case. Today I want to talk to you about how to go ahead and stop a bank levy and wage garnishment levy. As a former revenue officer, I have issued thousands. My hand used to be tired every day from signing levies, garnishments, and federal tax liens. There's a way to go ahead and really stop these, so one's not coming, but you must understand the system in which these are birthed in. So what IRS does is, when you go ahead and send in a tax return and you owe money, you're now into the IRS system. IRS creates a TC-150 code, which that code actually means you're into the system. They put you onto the system, and now they're going to start the collection process. IRS starts off with sending a simple CP-14 letter. Then from there it goes to a CP-501. 6 weeks later a 503. 6 weeks later the big scary dude, the 504, which is going to scare the crap out of you. And then what people don't know is there's a 1058 letter coming, which you can file a collection due process on. So by knowing those letters, you know you're into the system, and when you learn that, you know how and when you need to call IRS. So this is what you need to know, and this is what I need to educate you on. When you get a notice that tells you where you're in the system, these letters are time sensitive. When you get the 1058 letter, you're going to need to really call IRS within 30 days. That's time sensitive. If not, you're going to get a wage garnishment or you're going to get a bank levy, one of the two. So you need, though, when you have a debt, to have an exit strategy on your case. Your case is either going to be put in hardship, payment agreement, or you can file for an offer and compromise. Those are the 3 closing methods. So when you get your first bill, you need to think, when do I need to call IRS? What letter? If I know I got the 501, I know the 503 is coming 6 weeks later. If I got the CP 504, IRS is saying I'm going to levy and wage garnish. They're not going to wage garnishment you or bank levy you when you get the CP 504, even though the letter says that. IRS must give you your appeals right in the 1058 letter, and many times at that time we go ahead and file a collection due process, extending the case and going ahead and having an appellate conference on how to resolve the case. But if you want to stop your IRS bank levy and wage garnishment, you just simply call IRS, and you simply, oh, hi, Marie, and you go ahead at that point in time and IRS will take a financial statement on you, a 433F if it's in the service center, a 433A if the revenue officer has it, and then they will put you in the system and usually they will put a freeze code in to stop any levy coming out because you're resolving the case. Once they take financial information from you on that financial statement, they will go ahead and close your case out by payment agreement, by hardship, or by you could file an offer in compromise. But what you need to know is you need to speak to a professional or just look at YouTube videos and try to figure it out yourself. But remember, if you want to stop the levy, call IRS, but you must know the exit strategy that IRS is going to use and how they're going to apply it to your case. When IRS looks at that financial statement, they're going to make a recommendation at that time. And at that time, you must make sure you understand the financial statement prerogatives that IRS is going to use. IRS, when they take that statement, is going to apply the national standards to you. And what the national standards say is, this is what you can live on a month. If you're not living into and what IRS allows, you have $5,000, $4,000 left over, that money's going to go to IRS. So anyway, if you want to stop the levy, stop the wage garnishment, call IRS. Understand you need to give them a financial statement. The financial statement needs to be documented. Then IRS will enter that into their system. They'll put a freeze code and you stop everything. But the key is knowing the exit strategy. You want to know ahead of time how IRS is going to close the case. At least if you call us or call a good professional, they'll be able to tell you exactly how that's going to go down. Make sure all your tax returns are filed, your estimate payments are up to date if possible, and then just make sure whoever you call has enough working experience to know that IRS will input the freeze code, you'll get the result that you want, and you can move on to another day. If this information was good, please give me a subscription. Give me a comment. You can say, hey, you like this, you like that. How about doing a YouTube on this? I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.